I'm Jared or J Dizzle. Recently, I've been kind of picking that up a little heavier. I think that's gonna be more like just our anything I do or touch artistically will be more J Dizzle, and then I'm more on the professional side. I'll probably keep Jared Sutton because I honestly like that name. I honestly don't mind that
It's a
name at
good
all.
name. It's a good name.
I was born in Oak Park, Michigan, actually, right outside of Detroit. And then my family, we moved up here to Charlotte, or down here rather, to Charlotte, North Carolina in about 2007. So I've been here for the majority of my life. I claim Charlotte, Queen City. I say I was raised in Charlotte for the most part. Yeah.
My mother named me Seth Green. I go by Kiyoshi, which means pure, and I resonate with that in several aspects, whether it be pure in the aspect of pure gold, the pure substance, and also in the aspect of a pure soul, pure intention, and moving with positivity, I naturally feel like pure and positivity are two in the same boat. So that's why I personally go by Kiyoshi. I was born and raised in Charlotte, North Carolina, raised by my mother, Shannon. I have two brothers and a sister. It was a decent upbringing, I'm most definitely thankful for everything that I was raised up on and what I was given as far as what I was taught, when it comes to morale and all that. My mother did the best she possibly could with us, and for the most part I feel like we turned out pretty all right. And at this point I just am thankful that she instilled the kindness that she put in me. That's one of the main aspects that I live with and has taken me to the places that we've been able to, be at. And I am using the knowledge that I've been given on a universal aspect, the knowledge that I've been blessed with being able to come across. And I'm really just trying to articulate everything as of right now when it comes to who I am. So that's pretty much a good rundown of who Seth is, or Kiyoshi.
Damn. All right. Yeah. Yours was way more jam packed than mine. I like it though.
Yeah, I want to give a full deep. I want people to know where we coming from.
Most definitely. Most definitely. I think that's kind of crazy because that's a good place to touch on or at least start. It's kind of crazy that we've grown up together. Like I've known you more of my life than without. So, but with that being
100%.
said, I can't say that I had the same quite upbringing. I'd say I'm definitely blessed and loved, and I come from like a 2-parent household, which is really crazy because the older I get and the more friends I kind of acquire and just meet people throughout my life, I honestly don't know too many 2-family households. So it's just definitely a blessing, and I don't take anything shy of it than a blessing. So other than that, man, so that I think from the jump I was kind of heavily around family. Like family was always at its core, like the most important thing to me. And so once you have crossed over that bridge, like yourself, we're not even friends, we are a family. So that's really how we got shit running. And we ever since we realized that we want to kind of to remain kids forever, but the world don't really like set up for you like that. That's kind of when we knew we had to kick it into overdrive. So
Yeah, 100%. I feel like one of the main things that we've been told throughout our friendship growing up is that we won't be together by the time we, where we want to be in life. And
man, nah, like call me in 10 years, man. If y'all still friends, then it's crazy because what did they used to say? I need to go collect all my bread or all my props or whatever.
100%. Yeah, it definitely was a lot of doubt as far as us projecting the message that we was trying to project at a young age. I feel like we've always had the foresight of, keeping family deeply within what we got going on and using each other as leverage. And just the idea of that type of friendship is something that, we got a deep understanding of very young. I feel like we was blessed to have each other in the aspect of we meeting you especially gave me a different perspective on what a friend can really be, in the aspect of if you have a certain relationship with somebody, it can magnify the energy through in the relationship can magnify, you know what I'm saying, like on some fusion type shit, you feel me? I personally grew up on the west side of Charlotte in a neighborhood called Sunset Village that was also connected to Forest Brook, and we personally refer to that as the hood, you know what I'm saying, and everybody got that spot or whatnot, but that's where everything started for us. It started real small, you know what I'm saying. We always, whenever we did something, whether it was dance or anything, pretty much, if we wanted to do something, we were going to record it. We were going to, you know what I'm saying, orchestrate it in some type of way that it can be projected to other people. And we very much have been creators from the beginning.
And it's just kind of crazy, too, because I feel like I'm the only one out of at least our initial friend group, or at least the initial crew, or however you want to go about it. I was the only one not from the west side, for real. I'm a south side boy. South side of Charlotte. I'm talking like damn near close to Pineville, closer to South Carolina, the uptown type South. But I always caught myself on the West, though, for sure. I always caught myself on the West. And I feel like it was like intentional. I feel like we had like a little less rules on the West, you know what I'm saying? We could stay out a little later on the West, be a little louder on the West.
Yeah, I swear my mom definitely looked out for the kids.
So we would reside over there because my pop, he wasn't having none of that, man. When it's lights out, it's lights out.
It's interesting that we had that type of duality growing up because in your household, it was very much more, we know we had to act a certain way. There's certain things we can and can't do when we over at the Sutton crib, you know what I'm saying? And my mother was a lot more free in all aspects of raising us. And we definitely was outside with it. And in a lot of ways, we seen a lot more than we maybe should have. But I learned how to have a heart, you know what I'm saying? And I became who I was going to be, you know what I'm saying, growing up and experiencing the things that I experienced without having any type of censoring. And it gave me a good grasp on the reality of this world that we living in right now. You know what I'm saying? I've always been looking around and kind of felt that these niggas not seeing this shit how I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? I constantly used to go about referring to whether it be school or just any type of institution as operating in the way of robots, you know what I'm saying, soulless, and we don't own nothing, you know what I'm saying. Us as black people and people that just even look like us, move like us, and enjoy the type of things that we enjoy, want to see the type of things we want to see, usually are not in the position that they need to be, and that's not something that's coincidental at all. And as we got older, we started seeing that aspect of life more and more, and that's God's work, because we've never took that energy and let it keep us down. It definitely was always redirected to, you know what I'm saying, there's hope, we gonna get past this, we gonna see better days, you know what I'm saying, because we went through a lot, both individually, you know what I'm saying, whether it be financial or, you know what I'm saying, just going through stuff, how it makes us feel on an emotional level, where it puts our head at. And us having that duality and having each other gave us an interesting look on the world, I feel like, whenever it was all said and done.
For sure. I don't know. We've always had like a really pretty good like give and take type relationship, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say like cause and effect, but definitely like give and take, and especially because like the most pivotal like points of our childhood, for real, or transitioning between like childhood and like adult, we weren't in the same city, or we weren't really linking like that. It wasn't anything other than the fact that we lived a couple hours apart, but within that time it'd still be nothing to call up, you know what I'm saying, check in, see how we doing, and like I can't say compare, but you know what I'm saying, you end up kind of like, oh, okay, how's life going for you? You know what I'm saying? And then I would just be able to give him a scope of what I'm seeing through my eyes, and vice versa, what he's seeing through his eyes. And just to piggyback off of what you were saying is real, like, it's really real. I mean, we are black men in America, for real. And I think when I was always kind of raised on that, but I think when it started to hit was when I started to take ballet more seriously. And especially in like, at the time, like 2014, 2015, it seemed like every single where I went, I was the only black man, or I was the only black person half the time, for real. Which is nothing wrong with that, but it's just funny. It's just funny. And then, and even the black people I would come across for the first like 6 or 7 years would be, heavily like in their codes, like switched in their codes. If you know what I mean by that, then you know what I mean by that. And it's just crazy because I think we're trying to basically find the most elegant and like respectful way to put ourselves out into the universe without having to quote unquote switch who we actually are, our personalities to do so.
Yeah, we definitely realized that growing up, that, you know what I'm saying, there was a lot of rooms that we didn't naturally feel comfortable in, you know what I'm saying, to just be ourselves and articulate ourselves how we were naturally raised, you know what I'm saying. And most of those rooms were the rooms with the most money of it, you know what I'm saying. Most of those rooms were the rooms with the most opportunity in it. When you're put into situations and circumstances where you are looked at a higher level when you're being somebody that you're not, it creates a confusion, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of we very much are deserving of everything that we, you know what I'm saying, pursue in every which way, rightfully so. And the world is not set up like that. And that's why we making this brand, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work to be done, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of locked minds that need to be awakened. And living in a biblical type time right now to where it's time for us to wake up. Our generation is thinking about stuff different. We thinking about money different. We thinking about race different. We thinking about all aspects of this reality in new, bright, intriguing ways. And it's time for a new era to come across. And we want to be pioneers of making sure that our black brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying, all of our brothers and sisters feel comfortable whatever they do, you know what I'm saying. And that's why we understand that art has the most influence over, you know what I'm saying, the community when it comes to the younger generation.
Most definitely, like 10 times over, really. 10 times over. And so that's just another blessing as to where like that ended up being the lane that we chose, or really chose us, kind of carved out for us. And that's really how we are trying to touch one another, you know what I'm saying? Even each other every single day. We're waking up trying to gain knowledge, trying to move forward, just trying to progress, whatever that means to each individual or each individual entity. Just trying to move forward, man. Just, you know, if you have dreams or you have something you want to do, you should do that shit. And I can't really show you. I'm in the middle of trying to, you know what I'm saying, do that for my damn self. Y'all remember as kids, like teachers and parents and really anybody older than you would be like, bro, when you grow up, you could be anything that you want to be, do anything that you want to do. And then, like, I don't know what age or what realm or what time that just stopped. Like, eventually, at some point in time, you went from being able to do whatever. If you want to go to the moon, you can do that. Like, if you want to be the president, you can do that. So all of a sudden, like, if you don't work a 9 to 5 and go to college and get your get your education and get your diploma, then it's like, you're probably not going to have the most luxurious life or the life that you see fit for yourself. And I don't know. I know for 100% fact that that's not the case for everybody. We didn't seen it happen 10 times over.